What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a couple post-fight videos for you tonight. This one, I had an off night, but we all have them. This one's going to be for the Orlando Salido versus Juan Manuel Lopez for the WBO Featherweight Championship. Overall, very good matchup. To say the least, Orlando Salido, fought a very smart matchup and pretty much threw that southpaw kryptonite the entire matchup. That straight right hand. And it wasn't just a straight right hand. It was the way that he threw it. He threw it. He looped it. He would cross it. Or he would try to throw it straight down the middle. And when right down the middle wasn't working, he started to kind of throw it, in different ways. But getting into the fight, the first two rounds I did give to Lopez. I gave him round 3 as well, but also round 2. It's a close round because something that Lopez was doing in this match, because he was throwing a lot of arm punches compared to Salido's solid compact shots. So, but I did give those rounds to Lopez based on movement and he was throwing a lot of punches, and he kind of in a way he would end exchanges. So I did give him that round. He was getting out first as well most of the time. So I did give him the first 3 rounds. Round 4. Salido started to come forward a little more, and that's when he started to kind of put his combinations together. He started landing straight right much better in that round. He would start to follow it up with a left hook, or even a right hook or a right uppercut. He would start to follow punches up, and he was starting to follow. He was starting to follow Juan Manuel around the ring. He was starting to follow him around the ring, and something to note is that he did take Juan Manuel's jab away. Every time Juan Manuel threw the jab, he got countered with the straight right. Either it was a straight right or the left hook, he was countering him, and he took that jab away. That's what set up the next round. He kind of suckered Juan Manuel in to a straight right when he started to. I think Juan Manuel got a little confident. He started to leave his left hand low. He started to leave the left hand low. He had his lead hand in front of him, and he got caught. He got caught, and he went down. Caught, countered, went down. And that was a 10-8 round for Salido. I scored the last 2 rounds for Salido. Round 6 definitely a Salido round. I would score it a 10-8 because Salido controlled the round 100%. Came forward, threw a lot of punches. Started putting together more combinations, and a lot of those shots were just studding shots right on Juan Manuel's head. So I did give round 6 to Salido. 7 is kind of a bit of a toss-up for me. I did give round 7 to Salido, and I gave that round to Salido because he was more of the workhorse in that round. And also, even though Juan Manuel ended the round quite well, you could kind of tell that he was suckering Juan Manuel into that last round. I think he wanted Juan Manuel to build his confidence up so that he could bring it right back down, which leads us to the 8th round. The 8th round, he started to get inside again. He started to get his shots off. He put his shots together very well, and pretty much that was the end of the bout. Ended in 8 rounds. And Juan Manuel, you gotta give him a lot of respect. I know a lot of people are gonna get on and talk about Juan Manuel's a hype job and Juan Manuel this and Juan Manuel that, and how Juan Manuel really sucks when 2 years ago everybody was swinging on the guy's nuts. Juan Manuel's a great fighter. He's a great fighter, but he's flawed. It's always been known that his defense has been suspect. We saw it in the Matagwe fight. We saw it, and we even saw little glimpses of it in his matchup against Marquez recently. Something to note is that you could tell that Juan Manuel has a lot of heart. Something that I don't appreciate much of is hearing the commentators try to bring up excuses, talking about the man's divorce and his children and how it's probably playing a factor into the fight, how he's not level-headed. Boxing is a sport where everything relies on one person. Many of the fighters back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s fought with a lot of issues. They fought with a lot of issues, and I don't think Juan Manuel's issues are as heavy as fighters that were fighting for money. Even when they established their legacy, but there was no relevant reason to bring up his divorce. Yeah, I didn't even know the man was divorced, to be honest, because I don't read the news or anything. But it's not relevant. It's not relevant to the fight. It doesn't really play into the fight. Um, I think that as a boxer, you have to stay level-headed, and you have to have a. I think you have to have somewhat of a bird's eye view into looking into your fight, instead of a broad view, a broad picture. And Wama got in the ring, he fought. Um, Regardless of the bullshit outside of the ring, he got in, he fought. And even when he was hurt, he did kind of that suicide by cop thing, to where he was getting hit, and you could kind of just look at him and tell he knew he was about to get taken out. You could just look at him and tell he knew he was, and he's like, okay, he's like, okay, I'm gonna go out swinging. I'm like, if I'm gonna lose, then I'm gonna lose trying. Similar to if you look at the movie Set It Off back from '96, when Queen Latifah got shot up in the movie, he went in as a warrior, went out as a warrior. He went in against the better man that night, and he lost to the better fighter that night. Um, Salido saw something in Wama that hasn't been done before, and did something that hasn't been done. He countered him and he pressured him and he came forward. He took away his jab. A man without a jab is pretty much similar to a track runner without legs. You take the jab away, you take the establishment away. You take your foundation away. And that's why Wama started to hook a lot. He started to lead in and hook, and Salido countered him. And when you take the jab away, you can't set up anything. Then you got to go. Then you're in danger. And it is what it is. It happens. So anyway, guys, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.